Hello everyone, and welcome once again to another video for the channel. This time, I am on vacation. Well, after a tremendous review of the vampirism, the truth is that I was quite tired, and what better than with the Call of Yucatan mod, which will add new mechanics, structures, and enemies inspired by Mexican mythology. But before starting, let me ask you please, you subscribe and leave your like, since that will be helping me a lot to continue uploading content like this every week, and why not? Also become a member of the channel. I leave it there with your help. The army of piglets grows every day. More powerful. So if you also want to be a little pig, and don't miss any of my videos, what are you waiting for? Subscribe now, and after a tremendous spam, now yes, let's get started. This mod is called Call of Yucatan. An amazing mod that will add 2 new structures to you. Each one with a boss, whom we must find, either to defeat him, or get their blessings. Embark on this incredible adventure, full of dangers, new tools, and creatures in the structures of ancient Yucatan. The first thing we will have to do is travel to a jungle, where we will have the probability of finding one of the 2 new structures. The mortal crypt and the buried temple. In each one, we will find new enemies, safes, in addition to traps that we will have to take care of. And really take care of ourselves. I don't eat the crap temples we have in Minecraft vanilla. In addition, of course, to everything new that we obtain. We will do it only through the temples. First, let's start with the deadly crypt. This will be a great structure, where as we approach, the first enemies will appear. Los midnal monkeys. Some skeletal monkeys. They will be extremely annoying and will attack in groups. By defeating them, they can leave you the ancient bone in its mask, which can increase your speed by 20%. Why? Will serve as a substitute for the jade armor helmet. A new set of armor, which will be made with this new mineral, which, as I told you, will only appear inside structures, either as minerals or in items inside chests. With jade we can create new weapons, which will have the same protection that a netherite armor, in addition to making us immune to the wither effect. And the poison, another incredible little detail. It is the ability to take off our helmets when shifting, and put them back on if we take a leap. This is just a visual thing, but that demonstrates the great quality of this mod. And in case you have any doubts, all the blocks that decorate the structure, they are not pure blocks of jade, so they won't be useful to you to create anything else than other decorative blocks. Although, from time to time we will have some pure jade blocks camouflaged in the structure. Now here is something very important. Blocks are not indestructible. Can break them and advance through the structure. Cheating. But in this video, we are going to do it in a clean way. For this we must first activate the lever, which will open a secret entrance. And be very careful when going down, because if you manage to stop, on the 2nd floor you will find the treasure room, with a lot of jade ores and a chest with treasures. Continuing with the 2nd floor, we will find the altar of Puch, also known as the king and god of the underworld, normally personified as a skeleton with a jaguar face. In this room we will have 2 paths. One in which, if you happen to fall into these sharp limestones, you will hurt yourself a lot. In addition to spawners with a new blaze variant. Hurricanes. Only these won't be burning you, but they will launch poisonous darts. When you defeat them, they will leave you ancient bones, poison darts, and as exclusive items, the blowgun and the hurricane mask, which, like the monkey mask, can replace. Use the jade helmet, and of course, Al dipped. It will be giving you the double jump and slow fall effect, even if you don't trust it. This will not prevent you from getting hurt when you fall. Yes, a very strange thing. Another enemy who will be defending the idol of the Puch will be the Mayan warriors, who will be able to have different weapons, which we will talk about later. When defeated, they can leave us ancient bones. And the warrior mask also can complete the jade armor set, and will have the ability to increase your hitting speed 40%, and from here, we will have two paths. Get along with the idol, or directly break it and anger God, Puch. If we do it in a friendly way, we will have to offer him magic ingredients during the new moon, like redstone, blaze powder, nether warts, sugar spider eyes, among others. If we give him some, this will end up giving us his blessing, which will be giving us protection for an hour, and the possibility of taking the idol without any problem. But if instead of magical artifacts, we give him iron, we'll be giving us the key. And if we give him a star from the nether, we'll be giving us the fragment of death, with which we will create new tools, and even a new idol of Puch. And by the way, we will also have a new item, the Mayan calendar, which will notify us when a full moon, or a new moon, approaches. By right-clicking it, will tell us. If not the case, this will remain off. If a new moon is approaching, this will turn green. And if a full moon is approaching, this will turn white. However, if we decide to break the idol without the blessing, we will be invoking the god Puch, which will have plenty of life, and a lot of damage with its shockwaves when hitting, which only we can defend ourselves by jumping at the right time. You will also be able to summon some skeleton monkeys to help you, in addition to having some variations in its title, which depending on its name, every time we get close, it will give us a different effect, such as darkness or nausea. So every time we invoke him, this fight will be a new experience. But if we manage to defeat him, we'll be leaving us ancient bones and the fragment of death. And although he won't be leaving us anything out of this world, they understand nothing about the other world because it is dead. This item is not worth fighting with at all. For this, it is better to use the first method, since summoning this boss will function solely as entertainment. Continuing with the following structure, we will have the pyramid buried. Upon entering, we will find a kind of puzzle with sun rays and reflectors, which will come from the solar projection block. It can be crafted in the following way. In this case, we will have to go down to the top floor, but we will have some strange vines that will block our way, and unfortunately, we will not be able to break them. But curiously, the rest of the pyramid will not be unbreakable. But for the sake of this video, let's assume it is. And at least in this case, yes, it is worth breaking the vines, since if they are destroyed, they can leave you their fragments, with which we can create new and interesting tools. And by the way, we will also have some chests covered by vines to be able to open them. Also, you will have to pass these rays over them to burn them, and well, once the targets were destroyed, we can continue with the next floor, where we will have to look for another ray-generating block and redirect it to the entrance of the next floor. It will be a slow but entertaining process. Plus, you'll get some extra treasures. Following this process, you will be able to reach the third and last floor, where we will meet the altar of, also known as the Feathered Serpent, which is about the god of rain, good and life basically, being the connection between the gods and humanity. We will be able to take advantage of your idol on full moon nights, being able to give it minerals like diamond, amethyst or emerald, with which he will give us his blessing, making us much faster for an hour. And also, the possibility of taking the idol without waking up, the wrath of, but also the ability to create two new creatures. The ancient gold golem, which will be a stronger version of the normal golem, and the rock jaguar, the latter having slightly more special conditions. While this will be done with 3 blocks of ritual rocks that we can create or obtain them in mod structures, and then right-click on it with a mystical vine. And be careful, this can only work if we do it on a rainy day. By doing so, we will invoke the powerful stone jaguar. This will protect us, and up to 2 players can ride on its back. In addition to that, if we press the control key while we are moving forward, the jaguar will become faster, even allowing us to move on water. And here is a very important thing. If we invoke any of these 2, the blessing of you will lose 10 minutes of your time. This is so you keep it in mind. And by the way, we can also obtain exclusive items if we give him nether stars, or normal gold, but like Putch. If we destroy his idol without the blessing, Kukulkan will come to punish us. Fortunately, thanks to the sun's rays, we can do much more damage to him, redirecting them with the reflectors, or even with a reflective shield. By defeating him, he will be leaving us the fragment of rebirth, an ancient gold. And well, since we finished with the topic of structures, let's go with the weapons. First, we will have all the jade tools, which are practically the same as but they will have 0.5 less range. Then we will have the spears, having variants of obsidian, flint, and wood. They will be slower than a normal sword, but with a little more reach. Then we will have the knives, tools compatible with Farmer's Delight mode, and they will be much faster when hitting. We will have the wood variations, flint and obsidian, which curiously, it is stronger than a netherite knife. The Barber Delay, these can be enchanted with Toxic Blade, that can poison enemies. Why double-edged, which allows you to hit the enemy twice. These will also serve, especially to get the seeds from chili. In this way, we obtain our crops from chili. And since we mentioned chili peppers, eating them will give you 10 seconds of strength. But as a result, you will catch fire, in addition to being an ingredient for. And here is a brief explanation. Well, this has too much history. Long ago, the god Quetzal, also known as the feathered snake, came down from the heavens and gave mortals the delicacy called cocoa. This would consequently anger the gods, banishing him to the mortal realm. Well, this was a very exclusive food, only for the gods. Over the years, this was so valuable, which even functioned as a currency of exchange, can be combined with other spices, becoming a delicious drink. Dark and foamy color above all. Very popular in Aztec and Mayan cultures. And in this case, they also took it mixed with chili or pepper, becoming a bitter and spicy drink. Now you see it. I told you this item would be very important. And it is that when taking it, will give us 30 more minutes of Putch's blessing. Or, continuing with the weapons, we will have them a type of primitive sword, which will be a little slower and more fragile. In addition to having 0.5 less range, but with the advantage of doing a lot of damage, and push harder when hitting. And as extra information, can cause more damage to humanoid creatures, as villagers, and players with the slot ritual enchantment. Then we have the poison darts, and the serpent. This last one, we can only get it by killing the hurricane. Can fire up to 3 consecutive darts. That will poison the enemies. The next one is the obsidian arrow, which will do the same as a normal arrow, only it will have 50% less damage. Then we will have the jade amulet, which when carried in the inventory, the effect of luck will be leaving us permanently. Then we have the hematite shield. What, although it will not be more resistant than a normal shield, will be able to reflect the sun's rays. Then we will have the liana hook, which will allow you to throw a vine. To be able to swing. For this you will only have to throw the vine, then shift and jump. It may be a bit complicated at first, but believe me, once you master it, this will become one of the best tools. Then we have the sentient vine, an amazing multi-purpose tool that can be used for practically everything. Well, it is being used, will be becoming, in any tool in the game, changing its shape every time it is used. And finally, we will have the 2 exclusive weapons of the bosses. First, we will have the Fist of Doom, and can cause massive area damage. The Fist of Doom can be empowered with the Blessing of Puch, while on the other hand we will have the Solar Wand, which will give you the Spear ability. Sun Rays to enemies. Although like the previous weapon, it must be recharged for 10 seconds to be used again. The powers of the Solar Wand may be enhanced if you meet with the Blessing of Kukulkan. As you can see, it is a very complete mod, with lots of fun content and new mechanics, and that everyone who tries it, you will surely love it. But now tell me what you thought of this mod. Would you download it, or what other mod would you like to see? In an upcoming video, I will be reading you in the comments. Well guys, I hope you liked it, that they are fun, which is the most important thing for me. If you liked the video, I would ask you to please leave your like, comment what you thought of this video. What other types of videos would you like to see on the channel? Subscribe. That is very important. Remember that dogs don't see ghosts. And see you in the next video. Bye.